Okay, we're back. We just met Gavin, and we're about to meet Naomi. So, she seems like a great girl. I just realized, though, our points went up, so I just want to check this out. So, we're mainly logical. Oh, and we got... I think that means good, right? Your turn. Okay. If Francine's really taking a nap back there, hopefully he's going to crunch quietly. My first coworker ended up slightly less cool of a guy than I thought he'd be, but he's not a jerk, definitely. I get where he's coming from. Plus, I've known really blunt people before. It's easy to mistake them for jerks, especially at first glance. I figure I can give this guy an honest chance. Anyways, I should go meet my next coworker, this Naomi that he mentioned, although I could swear Francine and I were the only ones here until now. A double door, also marked employees only, also with an apostrophe, leads from the, from the arcade floor to what feels like an industrial area of some sort. I turn the handle and step inside. I hope she's cool. In a little room tucked away between the back offices and the Funplex front, I find what is very likely this Naomi spoken out of in myth and legend. A girl about my age, but certainly not my height, is tinkering away on what looks like an old tube-style monitor. She's supposed to be short. I'm short. Wow, that is a really old monitor, yeah. A girl about... I didn't realize they had so many circuits. She doesn't notice me when I come in. Too busy soldering a capacitor into place. Soldering is so much fun. I haven't done it in so long. The lingering smells... Actually... Oh, you can't see it on camera, but I have a scar here from soldering. You can kind of see it. The lingering smell of melting metals fills the air of poorly ventilated workshop. Excuse me? For lack of a better way to interpret her. I always worry no matter what I did, she might, burn her fingers or jump so high she hit the ceiling or something. Oh yeah, you shouldn't interrupt someone soldering. Fortunately, the shock's not quite that intense. She's probably used to it, maybe. Hello? Hey, this room is for employees only, she said with no apostrophe. Are you lost? Do you need something? I'm Z-Storm. I'm the new floor attendant starting today. Oh. I didn't realize Francine already found someone. I guess I forgot to check my text. Whoops. Wow, she's great. She spares a glance at her phone on the nearby workbench, where a huge stack of green notification messages lie in wait. One thought comes to mind on actually seeing her. No wonder I didn't notice her until now. She was totally focused on the task at hand. I always assumed retro arcade nerds were fat. No, we're not stereotyping. This room's right at the heart of the building, but totally isolated. With the heavy doors closed behind me, I can barely hear the arcade. Considering how completely and utterly dedicated she was to that monitor, not even noticing me, I guess that's also why. But what I first noticed is her smile, even when squinting to see the tiny components on that circuit board. Even when laser focused, she was smiling happily. Anyway, I'm Naomi Fairchild, the Funplex techie. Hi, pleased to meet you. I was expecting Gavin, although he usually checks up on me about now. He's busy doing strange things with numbers. Yeah, that sounds like Gavin. I take it he sent you here along to help. Great. Give me a hand with this monitor. It's really heavy, and I'm still paranoid about dropping it after what happened last time. Really, what happened last time? I dropped it. Oh, right. She helps me lift the large cathode ray tube, slotting the heavy metal framework into place within the exposed guts of the nearby arcade cabinet. Once done, she starts hooking wires back up to other wires. There's a surprising number of green circuit boards in that largely hollow wooden shell. This is the first time I've seen inside one of these things. It's weird. Lots of empty space, a couple large slabs of circuits, and that beefy monitor. Why is it so empty in there? Maybe we could fill it with nacho dip. I wouldn't joke when I first meet someone. Maybe. I'm not really sure. Why is it so empty in there? It seems inefficient. Couldn't you pack more games into the arcade if it was more compact? Not really. It's more about the footprints on the floor than the vertical height. Naomi keeps working using a pocket multimeter to check various connections as she speaks. I mean, compare American and Japanese cabinets. Ours are designed for standing players, so they have to be upright, even if that means an empty base. Japanese gaming cabs are shorter, so you play sitting down, but I prefer American style. Ours have more room for art. She closes up the rear access panel, closing it with one of the many keys on the key ring at her side, then steps back to admire her handiwork. There's a genuine joy in that smile, not just as a job well done, but at looking at the whole thing like it's a fine sculpture. Oh, I love the classic Midway style. Look at those sharp angles, the side art decals, the bold fonts on the marquee, the bezel artwork. The what on the what and the on the what artwork? With a sigh, Naomi points out key features to me. The strips across the top with the game title. That's the marquee. The artwork that wraps around the monitor. That's the bezel. I mean, you see it too, right? How beautiful and cohesive it all is, working in harmony to give this game its own unique feel, its own experience. As for me, well, a bunch of weird-looking boxes in a row looks ugly. I agree, it's beautiful in its own way. I'll agree with her. The way she stares lovingly at this, well, honestly, this box of wood and circuits and vacuum tubes and stuff, I think I understand. It was made to be one whole thing. The art, the style, and, of course, the game itself. All of it part of the same experience. Everything about this game is the game. If you run it in an emulator or on a game console instead, it's made lesser. I kind of agree with that about the emulator part, but game consoles are dope too, man. Yeah, I guess I can see it. It's beautiful in its own way. Oh, good. Naomi lights up with joy like a pinball machine, all twinkly and shiny. Finally, so few people really understand the beauty of a classic arcade game. Having someone I can talk to about this stuff is going to be great. Especially with that jerk Gavin running the numbers. Hey, Gavin, what's wrong with Gavin? Okay, well, don't get me wrong, I can get along with him generally, but his whole attitude just, all he really cares about is this money. He keeps the arcade running, yeah, but I just know if he had his way, he'd get the whole place. If anybody's gonna ruin the Funplex, it's him. Mark my words, it's inevitable. That doesn't sound right. He seemed easy enough to get along with, and what's more, Gavin gave me that whole speech about protecting their dreams. This looks like a pretty sore point here, a long-standing argument that the new gal really shouldn't get involved with. And yep, I'm involved, aren't I? I have to work with both Naomi and Gavin. So I'm sure I should prod at it, but I kind of want to, I'm not sure I should prod at it, but I kind of want to know too. I want to find out. I'm Snoopy. I'm very nosy. Okay, I'm such a logical person. It knows I'm an INTP. I get this is touchy, but if I'm going to work here, I think we should all be honest with each other. No gossiping. So, I gotta know. Why do you think Gavin wants to destroy the arcade? He buys into Francine's idea that this is a place for dreams. He says he does, but he's willing to sacrifice way too much just to keep this whole thing afloat. Road to hell, best intentions, etc. If he had his way, this place would be like Deco's Palace. Nothing but ticket games and prize catchers. He thinks actual video games are too expensive, a waste of floor space. I bet he'd remove them all if he had his way. I just don't trust him. I don't trust him to do the right thing. But that's my problem, not yours. Sorry to drop gossip on your head like this. Thanks for hearing me out anyway. Right, let's get back to work, shall we? Now for the less fun part. You seem a strong, strapping kind of gal. Well, a strong gal at least. Well, you're a gal, it's enough. Oh. I'm semi-insulted, then. Okay, let's get to it. Right, a little to the left now. My left, you're right, careful. Now, forward, right, correct. I mean, not to turn the right. Keep it coming, and there, carefully, tip it into place. Victory! I gently ease the rolling dolly forward, the giant wooden box slotting into place alongside its neighbors. The two-wheeled dolly makes it easier, but hardly easy, especially with Naomi fretting over her baby getting scratched or worse, falling over. But with work done, she is all smiles again. Okay, glad to be done with that one. I swear I've been working on that monitor for ages. Those tubes are finicky as heck, and I'm still not totally satisfied with that flyback. But thanks for helping me out, Z. I think you're gonna do just great here. Happy to... Oh, right, stomach growling, food required, except I wasn't expecting to actually be working today. I forgot to pack a lunch. Now, I'm just talking here, but if you had pizza on a bagel... Shh. Hey, so any good restaurants in walking
distance? I think that bookstore next
Oh.
door sells...
That was weird. My bad. I was so confused. Hey, so any good restaurants in walking distance? I think that bookstore next door sells donuts and stuff, but... Oh, no, not really, unfortunately. I mean, there's a cheapo Whoop Sub sandwich place, but even if that stuff is super tasty, you don't want to go there. You need to eat healthy. Hey, Subway is healthy. Hey, I know, wait, right here. And she's off, scurrying back to her hidey hole. And she's back, scurrying from her hidey hole. Lunchtime! Here you go. She presses a box lunch into my hands. It's a bento box. I learned how to make them from my mom, who learned from her mom back when they lived... Oh my gosh, she's Japanese! Rice and pickles and all sorts of good, healthy things. I could have got that from Subway. I guess not the rice part, but... Wait, you're giving me your lunch? Sure, why not? You're way too nice. And yet, when I first walked in as a stranger, she looked super uncomfortable with me. That escalated quickly. What'll you have for lunch then? Oh, I can get some nachos from the vending machine, or you can get nachos from a vending machine? Or go hit the whole store next door. I've got a book delivery to pick up anyway. But you said eating healthy was important? See you after lunch. Was she hitting on me? Or did she just want to be a good friend? I don't know. It's hard to say. I can't help but think she was just looking for an excuse to get some junk food instead. Maybe that was it. I'd say Naomi's definitely fits in with Francine's ideals for this arcade. She's got a love for these games, and it shows. And giving me her lunch? Me, a total stranger? That's the kindness I don't know if I deserve, but I appreciate it all the same. So, bento box. I've only seen these in anime. It's cute and hopefully has plenty of calories too. Armed with a box of health food, I retired to the employee lounge to get my munch on. I honestly would wait for her to come back and be like, you know what, I wanted to eat together because I think we're going to be good friends. The room where I had my bizarre job interview will suffice for food times. It's not much, a few folding chairs and a kitchenette, but it'll do. Utterly famished by this point, I have a seat and unpack my loaned lunch. Okay. What was the other girl's name? I totally forgot. Incoherence. Wait, Deb. Oh my god. Gotta probably go with the incoherent screaming. With my mind and body screaming wildly, my paralyzed form is unable to move from the vision of terror before me. The half-person, half-animal waves their appendages in front of me, likely closing in for the kill. Hello? Anyone in there? She's pretty... That's Adrian and Grez, but a girl. Holy shit. See? Nothing to be afraid of. Right. I see. Looks like you've stabilized. I was worried I scared the life right out of you. Hey, I'm sorry if I traumatized you, really. Can we start over, maybe? I nod my head slowly, although that could just be muscle spasms from being in shock. Hiya, I'm Ashley. Wow, that's gonna be annoying. I'm sorry. And I'm Z. I'm also Pinky the Funplex Flamingo. It's my secret, yet not so secret identity. Of course she has a secret identity, of course. It's literally just Adrian and Grez. What, the Funplex? What now? I kind of only like the girls so far, I'm being honest. This is almost too much to take in. Gavin was a lot. Naomi was off the scale cheerful. I've met some really intense people so far. Did you sneak into the employee section just to get my autograph? Me or no? Oh, I thought you had recognized Pinky from the signs around the arcade. Pinky is the mascot of the Funplex, after all. Oh, no, that's not what I meant at all. I mean, I work here. You work here? Since when? Today? This morning, to be specific? Welcome to the Funplex. I mean, it would have been way cooler if you were just so enamored with the chibi flamingo creature plastered on every wall that you had to know more. You could have stealthily maneuvered your way through all the games, sliding right on up to the employees only door. But how did you get the door code? Of course! You would have collected the password on a piece of paper that fell from Gavin's pocket. You searched your heart and decided that 4-digit number had to be the intel you needed. Next, you needed to lie and wait for the opportune moment to punch in that secret key, just to find me. It just keeps going and going. She's definitely passionate about this fictional scenario. Ashley's got quite the imagination, alright. Oh, I guess the timer went off. You know what? Oh, I can't save here. Okay, I just gotta get through this. She's definitely passionate about this fictional scenario. Ashley's got quite the imagination, alright. The way she just takes an idea and runs with it. A lot of people might find that weird, but I kinda dig it. She has a lot of imagination. I wonder if she's a writer or something. And how would you have snuck out? I wonder. I could have helped, but for a price. Ashley finally realized that she's been babbling to herself for a good couple minutes. Oops. Sometimes I get swept up in a good story. I mean, I gotta find some way to make this job more interesting. Is it really that dull here? No, not really. I just crave a different kind of excitement than beeps and boops, screaming children, and broken machines. You aren't really painting the best picture here. Oh, geez, I don't mean to be a downer. I just want to move up in the world. I've got things to accomplish, dreams to fulfill, cosplay to make. Oh, she's a cosplayer. Cosplay. As with this topic, it's like she's a completely different person. Ashley's eyes light up and she smiles. Yeah, you know, like dressing up as your favorite video game or TV character. I love it. It's so empowering to be able to make your own costumes and wear it proudly. It's even better than when people recognize what character you are. Empowering, really. Granted, she certainly had the power to stop my heart for a few beats. Definitely. You want to try? Got a favorite game character? I can help you make your first cosplay if you want. I want a friend like that. In fact, I made this one. Oh, maybe never mind. I think Ashley's pointing to her flamingo costume, but it's a little hard to tell with her hands as feathers. So Pinky is your creation? Intentionally? Yep, it looks pretty good for my first mascot cosplay, doesn't it? Oh, whoops. Wow, I don't know why that's a thing. I'd probably stitch my hands together if I tried that. If you're going for terrifying, then yes. I could totally see that in the next Super Slasher 16 film. I won't be able to unburn that image from my mind. Well, I have always wanted to be in the movies. I could be the next Stan Winston. Oh my god. Is that, what's it called? Supernatural. Harry Hawson. I could see it now, a dark and spooky night in a dark and spooky mansion. 6 teenagers went there for the reunion of something that happened in their dark and tragic past. Skip to the end. Everyone dies except the cheerleader. Anyway, I ran around the Funplex to liven up the crowds, get people pumped to play some games, and the kids seem to adore it. That makes sense. Although the arcade has been completely dead so far. No crowds to pump or kids to be adored by. Hey, secret between you and me? Ashley motions for me to come closer. She leans in and glances around the room once, and then she talks in a hushed tone. I did some repairs on Pinky's on overnight. I hope you heard that. I had to restrict the left arm, and I was giving her an old test drive to make sure it doesn't fall off. Huh. Limbs falling off seems bad. Oh, it was. Yesterday I was dancing with a little girl. Must have been like 5-6 years max. Anyway, we were next to a Showtime stage when she tugged on my arm and whoosh! Off came the arm. The girl instantly started bawling. Well, at least you are consistently scaring people, and it's not just me. Hey now. I don't want that to happen again. I felt so bad. But enough about me. What about you? So you're Carl's replacement? I guess so. Oh, I guess it wasn't Gavin. I'm the new floor attendant. I attend to the floor. The floor is the thing I am attending to when I'm not going into cardiac arrest. At least you're funnier than Carl, that's for sure. I can't wait to go home and tell Juniper I do have a sense of humor. She'll be so proud. I assume you've already met Francine, but have you had the chance to meet Gavin and Naomi yet? Yeah, I met them already, although it seems like they aren't too keen on each other. Right. Ashley rolls her eyes and let out a sigh. I wish they would hurry up and make out. No, they're supposed to be my love interest. Make out already. I guess I'll be with her. Yeah, wait. I didn't even, wow, okay. What? Seriously? So, are they going out? Nope. But they always bicker like an old married couple. It's classic anime cliche. The one who fights always ends up together. Mark my words, Z. Consider them marked. Z, what's that sound? Drat, I set an alarm for when my lunch break was over. Time to go back to the grindstone. I didn't even get a chance to eat. That's no good. Z needs her calories. You'll eat up. I'll go watch the floor. In fact, how about I take over the ticket desk for the next shift? You can do my job and wander the floor a bit. Fair enough, thanks. Ashley winks before her face disappears into the dark recesses of that inhumane mask. As I'm wolfing down rice in the shape of a little heart, wow, it occurs to me I didn't actually ponder my first impression of Ashley. Let's see. She's pretty amazing. I like her enthusiasm about her art. Ashley's got a lot going on, and that head of her, I just don't understand at all. No, I'd say she's pretty amazing. And we're going to end it here, because I went a little bit over the time by accident. But I hope you enjoyed, and honestly, I don't know what's going to happen next time, but see ya!